What's up, Arrow? What's up, Jolie?
What's up?
You guys ready? We have to do a quick little walkthrough of what equipment you guys brought.
I think Jolie's gonna probably put some pants on.
Yeah, definitely. I'm also gonna go get some water from the gas station before I go too.
Nervous?
I'm not really nervous. I'm kind of like excited. I feel a little nervous.
Jolie, did you say you're going to the gas station, dude?
Yes, to get some water.
Oh, you don't have a water bottle yet, do you?
No, I'm about to go.
Well, you have, okay, that's cool. Let's say you have an hour before you have to leave, so.
Alright. Pleasurable. I think the last time I went camping, I was probably like 18 or 19, and it was really easy because we were at a park already, so. We
Car
just,
camping kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You slept in a tent?
Yeah.
Got right on the ground? You got an air mattress or what?
We had an air mattress in the tent, so it was like.
So the most intense camping you ever done has involved air mattresses?
Yes.
Alright, so this is going to be a culture shock for you.
Yeah, and there was no hiking whatsoever. So.
Yep.
Or a hammock. But.
Do you feel confident in your ability to make a workable shelter here? Lighting's better this way.
Oh, yes, certainly. My shelter is going to be pretty nice. I'm going to spend the night pretty comfortably. I don't know if I'll be warm enough to sleep because I sleep pretty cold, but it'll be a comfortable night.
Yeah. You think you'll have a comfortable night?
Yeah, I feel pretty confident. We have ideal weather conditions. It's just going to be 24 hours, so really just need to cover up the head and the bottom. So
Yeah, fair
as long as
enough.
I can work something out with that, it should be all right.
Anything else to add? Any concerns? Anything like that?
I think I'm good for right now.
Yep, good to go.
All right. Let's see what you got. What would your $20 buy?
Oh, I got a banana.
Banana, solid.
Some really crappy cord that I would never use.
I mean,
for
$20
anything.
is $20. A beer.
A cold beer.
Ultimate survival item right there.
A bag of Fritos, because I know how I am when I don't eat.
That's true.
A journal that I got for 88 cents. No problema. A bunch of chocolate.
You went a
my
completely,
focus lies.
completely different route than I did for this one.
Yes, a $1.
Oh, I got one of those too.
Yep, I haven't actually tested that it works because there's like a little battery saver thing in there, and I kind of just want to wait just for the thrill of it. You know, some pencils that can also be used as
Are they
kindling.
sharpened?
Nope, but I have a knife.
Oh, okay.
$2 knife.
Yep, $2 knife.
Emergency blanket that I'm probably just gonna wrap around my torso.
Makes
You know,
sense.
I
Keep
guess
warm.
That is it. Except, well, let's see what's in this pocket. My contact case, which I didn't count.
Yeah, okay, that doesn't count.
And my lighter.
And a lighter. Cool.
And a thing of water.
So $20 from Walmart, and the water.
A liter of water.
Liter of water. How about you, Jolie? What did you got?
All right, so pocket knife, $2.
Pocket knife. Yep.
Two 40-foot long pieces of rope.
Heard. All right.
40 foot's not enough.
80
Emergency
feet.
Blanket, reflective tent. Gloves, throw them down in the gully and stuff starts getting a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? Gotta protect my hands.
No.
little light just in case it gets a little dark for me.
Heard.
And lighter for a fire, man.
What a deal. $20 from Walmart.
$20,
Bang!
man. And a bang.
And a bang. But he's drinking that now, so it doesn't count. How do you feel about this? Are you worried about us?
No, I think y'all have the ability to use the tactical and technical knowledge to make it through such challenge.
All right. Well, you're the person we're gonna call if shit hits the fan.
That's right.
So, yeah, he's
I'll
our
be here
safety
taking
line.
care of the puppy.
All right. Let me show you what I have now. Here, Errol can
Oh.
video it. What's up?
My name's
All
Tim.
right.
This is
I
my
went on a
TED
completely
Talk.
different route than Errol. I did not focus on food. I have a tarp for building a shelter to keep the rain off because it might rain. It's supposed to get pretty cold too, so it's gonna help me keep warm. I found paracord. This was only like $3, 50 feet. Little dollar flashlight sucks, but it'll work. 88-cent lighter, just in case I do want to build a fire. Mr. Goodbar, 88 cents, my dinner. Little cheapy knife, $2. Again, probably just good for cutting string. And a $2.50 blanket.
Lush.
I already know. Yeah. So I think I'm fine. I'm not worried about it at all. I'm mostly worried about Ariel, actually.
I'm not worried. I'm just kind of resigned to the fact that I'm probably not going to sleep because I get very, very cold very easily, and Tim only let me bring one jacket, and this jacket it's not that great.
I mean, oh, we'll see. We'll see. At least you have the food to keep you warm. The nice food, fatty
That's true. I'll
foods.
be able to eat a whole bag of Fritos and then get incredibly thirsty because I only have a liter of water.
Very true.
We'll all be good.
Goodbye. Ariel, one more hug.
Y'all be careful.
Good luck, Jolie.
Thanks, guys.
I don't think any of us have house keys, so just be around noon tomorrow.
You mean pick y'all up at noon? Or?
No, we gotta come back.
All right. Good luck.
All right, so I'm heading this way to start. Jolie's heading that way. I think you're heading that way too, right?
Going kind of that way.
All right, we're all using different routes. Good luck. See ya, Jolie. All right, so our end goal is Little Mountain, but we have to walk there. Errol seems to think it's about 3 miles away. I don't think it's that far, but I don't really know.
On my way to Little Mountain Park, I had to stop by this site, which was the inspiration for our 24-hour challenge. These beautiful forts that someone made here in Hillcrest Park. And I just got to meet the 2 wonderful gentlemen who built them. And they are off to go make some signs to call this place the Fort Village and encourage other people to build forts. So that was quite a nice experience. And first foraging opportunity, a dandelion.
Alright guys, it's J-Bug checking in. It's about 12:23. I've been walking since noon. I decided I'm gonna go ahead and break them off a little piece of the remix just to give y'all a little taste. Here's some previews, just to give y'all a little taste of what's about to go down. Not much else to report at the moment. I'll be sure to give y'all an update once I make it to that top of that there mountain up there.
Look, there's Jolie in the distance. Teeny tiny way up there. He's ahead of me. Good for him. Errol should be behind me someplace. So my general plan is about 12:15 right now, is get into the park, go up the mountain a ways, and then get off trail and spend a couple hours looking for a spot to build a good shelter. I want to start building the shelter around 2:33 at the latest, and then mainly just work on that for the rest of the evening. Get it really comfy, get it really warm, because weather says it's only supposed to get down to like high 40s, so it's going to be a little chilly, especially without a sleeping bag. Definitely doable, and definitely nothing too harsh. Only thing that bad might happen is if it rains. That won't be good for anybody. And that is what's going to be the make or break on this particular outing, I think, is if it rains. Not supposed to, but it might.
Okay, so the challenge has been going on for 2 hours. You can see my face is incredibly grimy. I can barely see because my left contact is dying in my eye. I already made use of the dog poop bag to hold my chocolate bar, which is opened. I don't want any bugs to get into it. The weather is not looking too great. It looks like it might rain. So as much as I loved my skylight, I unfortunately had to try to semi-waterproof it, which there's still a lot of light coming through, but it is incredibly treacherous. Trying to climb up this thing, it doesn't look that tall, but it's like twice as tall as me. So I think I'm going to put a secondary layer of waterproofing over my head in a much less treacherous manner. And then between that and my emergency blanket, I should not get hypothermic, even though it will be in the 40s. And then other than that, after I'm done waterproofing the bottom layer, I'm just going to put a lot of insulation on the inside, ferns and pine boughs. And then once I'm pretty satisfied with that, I think I'm going to go on a foraging adventure.
Started from the bottom. Here we are. We made it. Now, our next steps are to look around and find a place to camp, then find some firewood. So, check in with you guys later. Going on a little tangent here off the trail, see if we can't find a nice area that's kind of out of the way of the trees a little bit, so I can do a fire and not worry about catching anything above it on fire. This is getting pretty trill. You're starting to realize how real it is trying to stay the night in the middle of nowhere. All of a sudden the ground just doesn't look like a nice place to rest anymore. I'm really on my Steve Irwin stuff right now. I feel like I look like Steve Irwin more than Steve Irwin looks like Steve Irwin. Anyway, so starting to look pretty nasty out there. I think this is going to be a no for me, dog. So tangent number 1, that's a fail. I'll see if I have anything else better to report soon. Thanks, guys.
Alright, so I've been in the park for a little bit, climbed up this mountain biking trail, which if you've never been mountain biking, don't do. Now I'm on a normal pedestrian path up in the mountain at this point. If I see a good spot to get off, I will. And I'll do some bushwhacking because everything up here seems pretty dense. Not really many open areas, which is going to be a little bit of a challenge, especially since I want to do a tarp setup, which means I need semi-clear and semi-open spaces. But we'll see what I can find. We'll walk around for a little bit longer. I got plenty of time before I have to start setting up a shelter, so I'm not worried. What's up, dude? Fancy seeing you here.
What's up, man? How you doing? But yeah, I'm having the same problem. It's like we're on the side of a mountain, so it's not like there's just like a field, you know?
Yes, I found a couple good spots, but every single time I find one, I just do a little loop, and then there's a trail like right there. All right, well, I'm gonna keep going in this direction. I need to find something before like 2:33 is my plan.
All right,
so I got
I'm
plenty of
gonna head
time.
that
But
way.
good to see you, dude. Good
to
luck.
see you, man. Good luck.
This is one of the things I love about Washington. In probably less than an hour and a half, I have created this shelter. I mean, I really didn't create it. It was already here. All I did was throw some branches together on it, really. Some ferns. And this is why I've always wanted to camp like this around here, because I always felt like it would be pretty easy to do. The shelter basically built itself. I got plenty of leg room. I found some better roofing material. I'm going to show you how much fun it is to climb up here. Oh yeah. But for now, the sun's back out, so I'm going to go do some exploring. If I can get out of this comfortable bed, that is. Oh my goodness.
So the challenge is definitely starting to get pretty interesting. It's 2:30. Haven't quite found where I want to sleep at tonight. I have a prospect up the mountain. Have it marked off. It's just too damn close to the road, and I don't know if that's a good idea, but I will say this thing is just starting to get downright difficult, but I like it. All right, guys, it is currently 3:05 p.m. and I think I found a spot to land. So there's like all kinds of like old recreational equipment around here that I guess it's just abandoned now, but we have a flat area. It's kind of off a side trail here. We have this structure right here that I'll be tying my tent up to. We got a lot of fucking honest work cut out for myself right here. I want to make it a nice layable area. I'm gonna be sleeping on the fucking floor tonight, so I need to make it honest. So I'm about to get the tent set up first, make sure that it's doable, and then I'm gonna be setting up for my fire, getting all the wood that I can. Obviously I can't do a bonfire or anything out here, but I want to do something that's gonna give me a little bit of light and warmth. I think that's pretty important, sleeping by yourself in the wilderness. So yeah, it took us only 3 hours to find a successful sleeping spot for the night. So I think I'll be landing here. Let y'all know if anything changes or if I have any updates.
Rain. It took me a lot longer to set up my tarp how I wanted it to. Not exactly a backpacking tarp, but I'll show you what we have here. So I fastened these on just a little stick, the string going straight through it like that. This corner I have tied off, and then near the center of the tarp I actually took little acorns and then looped them in. I just made a little scrunchie, a ball, and then tied a slip knot around it, and then made these stakes. Same thing right here. Oh, side note, this knife is more of a liability than it is a help for me anyway. It is absolute garbage. It can't even cut paracord. Not very easily anyway. I'll show you. I have a bunch of like frayed ends. But same thing, I have a little acorn right here, slip knot around it, and then of course staked in. You look, this is what I mean. This knife just doesn't cut anything, and it has all this loose ends. Same thing, acorn, slip knot, staked. And of course I have a little hitch right there. And then in here, I have a lot of room to lay down. I think it's gonna get pretty comfy. It's gonna stay pretty warm. So you got plenty of space in here. Nope. But next step is to camouflage it a little bit with brush. This is a bright blue tarp, and one of the goals of this experience is not to get caught. So I'm gonna work on just putting some brush over top, figuring out exactly how I want to camouflage it. That way nobody sees it. I'll talk to you when I'm done.
Look what I found. So I decided to go exploring, and I found this trail that it parallels the creek more or less, and it's down a steep hill from where I'm camping, and I walked along it for maybe 20 minutes, and I heard some noises, and I was like, oh, there's a person over there. And I looked, and it's Jolie, and I almost just said, hey, Jolie, what's up? But then I was like, you know what? No, that's going to ruin the beauty of the experience, right? So I somehow managed to sneak away, and he never saw me. And he probably wouldn't even believe that I found him, except that I got footage. So now, I'm thinking to myself, I found Jolie without even trying. I wonder if I could find Tim. It's a big park, but I know the park pretty well. I probably could find him if I tried. Then, I have to say to myself, how do I think like a Tim? If I was a Tim, where would I go? And I don't know the answer to that yet.
All right, guys, so it's not much, but it's home. Got the tent, bag, of course, a little stool, one of nature's chairs I found. That'll be nice to sit on. Have my fire right here. Did a nice dugout so I could have some airflow coming up to the smallest twigs, to the biggest twigs up top, of course, so you could have that airflow going. Got some more fuel over here. It's gonna be pretty cool. I set up shop rather quickly because, you know, it doesn't have to be a mansion. It doesn't have to be a condo in Biscayne. It's just got to be something that keeps you happy and dry for one night. So there it is. It looks a little but it's gonna get me through it. The idea is you go head first, and then I'm gonna be laying with my head on that end because it's kind of declining that way. Welcome to my crib. Very spacious. I have like 4 bathrooms in it. It's pretty cool. Costed about 600 thou tomorrow. Yeah, I thought it was cute at first when I was like, yeah, I'll just rough it out and not bring any food. Well, here I am, only 4.5 hours into it, and I'm freaking really hating myself for not bringing anything. Only about 19.5 hours to go. So, keep y'all posted.
Alright, so this is basically the finished product. I have an awful lot of brush and everything on top. Try to keep it a little camouflaged, but I got plenty of room in there. I have ferns and everything on the bottom, moss, keep me warm. Laying down in there is actually pretty comfortable. I think I'm gonna be just fine tonight, especially my jacket and my blanket. So we will see. At this point, I might make some small changes, maybe add some more brush on top, but basically good to go. I might just chill from here on out. All right, here I am, just chilling at my fort. Little shelter here. I built this wall, the one behind me, because I realized you can see into my setup from a trail ride over there. So I built that, and I did a little recon, and I can't even spot it knowing that it's here. So I think we're good now. I think everything's camouflaged properly, and I can settle in for a good night's sleep. I don't think I'm going to be too cold, but if I am, I'll just have to live through it. I hope Jolie and Arrow doing alright.
So it's getting dark now. I still have 78% battery. This might be the last video I shoot for a while, unless anything exciting happens tonight. But my emergency blanket is about like I expected, about a tenth the thickness of some aluminum foil. So I got a stage right there in case it starts raining. I got, you know, a little sink over there. I got my nightstand, my toiletries. I got my library. I got my, I don't know what that is. I don't know what to call that. And of course my kitchen up there. Of course, as soon as I hung the Fritos up, I started getting hungry again, but I think I'll save them for tomorrow. But anyway, I might be asleep in like an hour because when you're outside as the sun's going down, it's a very, very relaxing effect. It really makes you tired. And that little creepy looking hole over there is looking very welcoming. It's 8:11. I took my contacts out. I can't see anything. I think I'm gonna go to bed. Which consists of basically falling down into this hole. Oh. Wow, you can still see my teeth. Must be from the light of the phone. It's kind of borderline creepy. Good night.
As you can see, I made a door to my tent out of my blanket, keeping in most of the warmth. I'm not sure if you can see me or not, but it's starting to get dark. So good night. Sleep well, sweet dreams. I'll let you know how I do in the morning.
Alright guys, so it's pretty much nighttime. And got my little fire going. And it is 8:38. Park's closed. LOL, we're still here, losers. Yeah, this is where the waiting game starts. I'll probably fool around with this fire for another, I don't know, I guess an hour or so. Make sure that it's gonna last me through the night, and really just post up and see if I can't catch some Z's. Alright guys, well it is 9:28. I think Jolie's gonna be out for the night. I'm gonna lay down, see if I can go to sleep, catch some rest, so I can make it out of this mountain. Y'all have a good night, ladies and gents.